Kwa mapenzi, kila roho ya mtu huwa imefungwa na kufuli. Ndio maana wapendanao hupeana kiss ndio wafungue roho. Lakini bosi ukisikia demu anasema nibembeleze ni bebe, jua hata Rose wa Tanzania hawezi mohando. Lakini huyu dem alikuwa merembeka, hata DK kwenye beat angemcheki, angekereka, na hata machokora wangemuona steam ya glue kwa brain zao ingezidi tu kuongezeka. Ile time alijua wanaume ufurahia dem amerembeka, ndio alianza kujua location ya club ka Tribeca. So unfortunate, the first man alimita alimwambia bend over, naye akatia amri ya kubend over, akihopa tapata hizo marange rover bila kujua ataachanishwa kama left overs. After huyo mwanaume amemgeuza na kapi ya kitabu si akamtana over, alicry, akawishange try, juu hii life si kaa nywele ya tikitano white tunaweza ificha kwa kupaka dye. Alibakia na regrets za I wish I knew, but sasa ameshatumika, she is no longer new, juu alijifanya balloon akahug thorns zenye ziko more sharper than her own bones. Alidanganywa ti love lies in the eyes of the beholder, but hakujua love ni lies in the eyes of the beholder. Saia na wish angeput on the white wedding dress na afanye harusi, but I warn it's too late, cause Saia kai put on angekuwa na kufichia white. She is no longer the bright woman, her brighter side ashaipakia rangi nyeusi. Ni heri angebakia na mika pedo. Hata kama sina gari nilikuwa nishachukua driving license. Ndio nisiulizwe maswali nikidrive. Ha crazy. But hakutaka kuunderstand that hii Kenya kazi zimekuwa chache. Badala ya kupata men at work, unapata men wanavawak ndio wa make shilingi. Wewe imagine nilikuwa almost kupropose. Ha kwa butchery juu ya vile alikuwa amenishika kinyama. Aliitwa Hani na hata hajui nyuki ni nani.
Give it up for Capedo. Capedo, mambo vipi?
Kwa Jamal.
Hii story umeongelea inakuhusu?
Mimi mwenyewe sijapitia, but ni story niliambiwa na dem best yangu, ni vitu ali go through, and then nika feel the best way nazisema ni through my art.
Kabisa.
Yes.
Unaweza toka katika relationship vipi? Hii toxic relationship ambayo tunaongelea leo.
The first thing unaweza kutoka kwa toxic relationship ni kurealize wewe mwenyewe ni mtu special.
Kabisa.
And then you only live once. So kila moment ya maisha yako inafaa kuwa special. I find mtu, unajua there's so many people out here wako na roho poa, wanaweza kupenda, they're just looking for one person, wanaweza penda truly. But sometimes sisi huwa tuna stick much na what we have, tuna forget there is always better outside there. So what you can do is move on. It's hard to move on, but if you move on, that's where you can only start. If you move on, you start another life.
Sawa kabisa. Mtazamaji, unaweza changia katika hashtag yetu ambao ni #tubonge. #tubonge, pale tunaweza communicate. Chukua full control ya show. Chukua simu yako, niambie uko wapi, alafu unakuwa unachangia. Aisha.
All right, so remember guys, this is the prevention caravan. That's what we are calling it. And this is the first edition. We are in Nakuru County. Na kama vile ambavyo tumesema sisi kama vijana, it all starts with us. So go out there, get up, get out, go get tested, all right? Because it's all about positive living. Haya, any one person who wants to ask a question to Capedo kutoka upande labda? All right, Capedo.
Thank you very much. My name is Benson Nyamweno, and I'm the peer counselor in this institution. We've seen many involving themselves in this, and some of them come out and go back again. What is it that is driving the students or youth like us into this issue so that we can all know? Thank you very much.
Mimi naweza kuambia ni most decisions you make kwa life ndio zita affect life yako. If you decide to make kwa these relationships and then you decide not to move on, ni way it affect. So the first thing you must do is first realize how special you are and start moving on. If you keep going back, hata ni kama shule, if you keep going back to stand 8, you'll never graduate. Unajua, lazima move on uende high school, uende university. So the way you move on with school, just move on.
Remember guys, the hashtag to use ni tubonge. Tupate pale katika mtandao Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, tuko kila mahali manake. Alright, so now we are about to dive into a segment ambayo inajulikana kama On the Mic. So it's basically the audience wanarusha maswali yao, the pressed questions and issues that they have to the expert. Alright, so tutaanza na wapi? Nani tuka kwanza?
My name is Robert, and my question goes to Dr. Nyancha. We find most of the people now, they are in toxic relationship. Now, what could be the solution for it? So that at the end of the day, they are not being affected emotionally and psychologically. Thank you.
All right.
If you're in a relationship and you want to quit without hurting the other person, like you both love each other, but now the way there's moving on, but now quitting without hurting the person. Yeah.
Oh, very interesting. Hi, I'm Wisho. So, let's take the last question.
My name is Eric, and I was asking, how can you get out of this toxic relationship when umeingia ndani and then fall in love? Many people anatumia, in the name of love, anakuwa heartbroken, anashindwa kutoka. So how will you overcome that love yenye ulikuwa ushapea huyu mtu, ulikuwa umempenda na roho yako yote? Yeah.
The boy child, munasafa sana silently.
I
remember, which is nice. No, it's really nice that you guys are being open. Manake vile ambavyo tulikuwa tumesema tubonge is about being open, si ndio? Alafu pia knowing our HIV status, kwa hivyo tafadhalini. Then again, we repeat, twende tujue hali yetu, twende tupimwe na tujue our HIV status. All right, so Peter and Job, who will take the questions? Tuanze now, you Peter.
Aisha.
You'll start. Yes, Jamal.
Niko na Twitter, tumesahau watu wetu wako nyumbani, sio?
Aha.
Na before nisome hiyo Twitter, ni lazima kwanza tujue hali yetu. Naenda kapime bwana. Pima, jua hali yako, sio? Ndio maana leo tuko hapa tunazungumzia issue. Namuona Joy, nadhani ni Slay Queen, yuko Buruburu.
Joy Mwangi.
Joy from Buruburu, Joy Mwangi anasema kwamba, like Jamal has said, I have a guy and a sponsor. I think akona caretaker na akona landlord. Atajitoa vipi? So we have the experts. Tuko na Mr. Job Hasewa kutoka NSCC na tunasahau pia Mr. Peter Onyancha. Tusaidieni tafadhali.
The first question is, must you get out? Why do you want to get out of the toxic relationship? It's very important for you to reflect on that. And in the event that you truly want to get out, you must ask yourself why you want to get out of it. The reality is, there is a point at which you recognize that you are in a toxic relationship. The first time when you are being cut for, that's a loose translation of kukatiwa. At that point, there are various elements that are developing between the two of you. Sometimes some of them are lies and others are truths. But as you go on and on, you are much more not necessarily reasoning about the purpose going forth. You might want to ask yourself, did I need to be in a relationship? How did you end up there? Which means you two had an objective. When two people work alongside, each one of you has an objective. Either you want to have economic gain, you want to have a certain type of comfort, you want to have someone who can advise you, you want to have a sense of philosophy of how you are looking at life, but soon you realize as you are getting along that many other developments have happened. So the most important for you is to sit back and ask, did we share the actual objectives? Number two, communication. Did you strike the chord of communication? Because if you don't know how to communicate with each other, ideally you will not find solutions, even how to live that particular relationship. I want to give you an example. How do you tell this person that you have been relating with, and I'm assuming that there is also a sexual relationship in it, that now let us go for an HIV test, which for me is very important to have a healthy relationship. If at all you are aware that this person will look at you and say, what do you think? Why did you ask me? And if that is going to breed violence, if you think you're going to risk losing the person, you will not bring up such a topic. Now, you've also mentioned that someone has a landlord
And a caretaker.
and a caretaker, which means you are not just in a single relationship. You are in multiple relationships, which some people loosely say you are an ATM. But I'm not getting into, that it is the ATM that gets into each other and, slot. The question becomes, in the event that one relationship brings up an issue that may affect the next one, you have contracted an STI by way of example. How do you tell this individual that I think this time you need to protect yourself because I am not sure of certain elements around my life? If you can't be able to say that, what means you will move along yet again, and somebody is going to be hurt moving along together. So you must think about communication. And finally, for me, once you have known it, there is always something to do. Do not sit back and say, I think things will work out. You have a role, and it is your responsibility to find out how to communicate it. If you don't find it, you will lose yourself.
All right, thank you very much, Peter. That was really, really, we've learned something, haven't you, yeah? Because I wanted to ask the relation between toxic relationship and HIV prevention all in one, and you answered all that. All right, so probably let's hear it from Martin.
So what I think about toxic relationship is we take a lot of just in the act of, it's less intimidating. Just keeping there because of what you've invested, everything you've done in that relationship. Yeah.
All right, so today we're talking about going out, encouraging people to go and get tested and know their HIV status. Yeah. Do you know yours?
Yeah, I know mine.
All right,
yeah.
By show of hands, nani anajua status yake? Nyinyi wote?
Kwa hivyo lazima ujijue, nenda ukapime, jitambue. Na sasa nataka tupige burudani, sio? Tupige ngoma, sio? Lakini sasa tunaenda design nyingine fulani amazing, atuendi sote. Nataka kuchukua mtu mmoja huku na huku alafu anashindana. Sio? Odi dance.
In the church, come slow, take your time, you know I feel rush. Hey, kuna ban, heaven kuna bash. Check if you wanna dance, all the dance. Power, simple dance you can manage. How we catch any dance college. Get in, step it with courage. Now tanga feel like you just take a hot porridge. Energy that all the spring is big and you know. DJ play gospel music more and money me okoka. Whatever me say no and no. No, no and no. Odi, odi, dancing me shika machine and
she came straight to me, told me, look, tell you better come and say to me. She told me, bear with me, but we can't carry on without you. When she said that,